In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 worst neighborhoods in Charlotte, North Carolina. If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, welcome to Discover Charlotte, where we help you do just that. But first, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified when we post a new video and continue to learn like a local. My name is Brandy Reichman. I'm a local realtor here in the Charlotte area, and my team gets calls, emails, text messages every day from people just like yourself looking to make a move to Charlotte, North Carolina. That includes South Carolina as well. So if that's you, whether it's in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to send us that text message, give us that call, hop on a Zoom. We'd love to connect and help make your move just a little bit easier. This information comes directly from roadsnack.com, and their information is pulled from the 2022 census data. So don't kill the messenger. I just want to provide you information on a complete overview of Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're thinking of relocating here, you can make the best decision for you and your family. So without further ado, let's get into it and start off with a bang with the #1 worst rated neighborhood in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, this is according to roadsnacks.com. This neighborhood is Pinecrest. Pinecrest is a small neighborhood located just west of Charlotte City Center. It is smack dab between Highway 160 and Highway 77. This is a smaller neighborhood of only about 250 residents. You'll find that most of these residents rent their home. You'll find a lot of multi-family developments driving through the area, a lot of duplexes that are all renter friendly. This neighborhood, the median income is about $22,000, with the average home value being right at that $84,000 mark. So while it still is, according to the price tag, an affordable part of Charlotte, North Carolina, if you're an investor, if you're thinking of investing here in the Charlotte area, there's not a lot drawing people to the neighborhood. So what's in this neighborhood is you'll see the Carolina Golf Course borders one side of it, and New Shiloh Baptist Church is the other landmark in the neighborhood. So there's not a lot of amenities or retail space that's drawing people to this area of Charlotte. It's not really accessible to the light rail either in terms of public transportation of where you can get. So other than the golf course, there's not much to do for residents on a weekend. The unemployment, and because of the lack of amenities and retail space in the area, the unemployment rate is at a higher than average rate at about 16%. So I think that this neighborhood has not yet gone through its regentrification process. I do think within the next 10 years it will get there because it is still an affordable part of the city. And you'll notice that other surrounding areas are kind of starting to change a little bit. So I think in 10 years it might get there. Right now though, it's just not quite there yet. The #2 worst rated neighborhood is Tryon Hills. Tryon Hills is a medium-sized neighborhood located just northeast of Charlotte City Center. It has a population of about 1,500 people, slightly over 1,500. It does have similar statistics as the first one, Pinecrest, with the unemployment rate sitting right at that 13%. Your household income's pretty similar at $22,000, and your median average home value is at that $82,000 mark. The difference in these neighborhoods is going to be your retails and your amenities in the area. So Tryon Hills is a much different location. In it, you'll find retail shops and spaces along both Tryon and North Graham Street. And then also this neighborhood is located just directly above. If this is Tryon Hills, there's a neighborhood called Noda, which is a Charlotte favorite, right here, right below it. Depends on how much you like to walk. You can walk there if you'd like. There's not a lot of public transit to get you from point A to point B, but right outside of Tryon Hills is Noda. This is a local favorite. It's one of those that's known as an arts district. You can go down there. There are shops and restaurants and retail space. There's always something to do with a little bit of nightlife happening. So this one I think will experience change much quicker, as we're already seeing some investors come in and flip these homes. So if you're looking for a great investment property, this might be one to keep your eyes on in the next few years. Getting into the 3rd worst rated neighborhood is a neighborhood called Smallwood. Now this one, I did go ahead and I cross-referenced it across a couple different sites, because if you go on roadsnacks.com, you'll see that it does reflect some of the similar stats as the other neighborhoods. The unemployment rate is about 12%. On roadsnacks.com, the median home value is right at that 52,000. The median income is a little bit higher at 30,000. What I will say though is this is a neighborhood that has started to change a bit. So I went ahead and I cross-referenced it, and I'm going to swing on the other side of it. If you look at other neighborhoods or other websites such as niche.com, this does rate it a little bit higher. So for the sake of the video, I wanted to keep it consistent, provide you the statistics all off of Road Snacks. But this is a neighborhood that if you like that urban area and you like to kind of be closer to things, definitely check it out. This one has started to kind of change over a little bit. You're seeing a variety of homes. You still have the original older homes built in the 50s, you know, the single story brick ranch homes, about 1,100 square foot. Or you can go right next door to that and see these townhomes that are listed at 700,000 because investors have already started to invest in this area. What is drawing people and investors to this particular area, developers per se? They have a couple amenities. You've got Martin Luther King Park right in the middle of it. And then you also have Stewart Creek's Greenway. I believe I'm saying that right. Stewart Creek's Greenway. So you can hop on that Greenway and take it throughout the city and get to other parts of the city. Over here, they're also expecting to put a public transit system called the Gold Line. Right now we have the Blue Line CAT system. They're thinking about putting a Gold Line. These have been plans that have been put in the books for a while. They have not been finalized. So at the time of this video, I don't know when that's going to be expected, but there are talks of adding more public transit into this part of town because there is so much growth happening. So if you look on other websites such as niche.com, you'll see the average home value is sitting at that 170,000. This is average, and what I will say is there are major extremes in this group. So you do have amenities such as the park and the Greenway. You also have neighboring neighborhoods such as Biddleville that has experienced a rapid growth in the past 5 years. And there are things such as Blue Blaze Brewing. And if you go along Razzles Ferry, you'll see that there are some other retail spaces available. So this neighborhood is experiencing that change right now. And I do expect this one to not be on the list for the upcoming year. But for this time at this video, it is right now ranked at the #3 worst neighborhood in Charlotte. Coming in at #4 is a neighborhood called Arbor Glen. Arbor Glen, in my opinion, is very similar to the first neighborhood, Pinecrest. Very similar numbers, unemployment rates at about that 16%. Home value is right at that 80,000 mark. And of course, median income is right at that 25,000 mark. Similar population, Pinecrest has a little bit over 250. Arbor Glen has about 325 at the time this video is being made. The only differences between the two, in my opinion, are Arbor Glen has Clanton Park right on the border, and it also does border the Carolina Golf Course. So they're neighboring neighborhoods. They're very similar feels. You won't be able to tell when you cross the street one to the other one. So very similar, not a lot of retail space or amenities in the area. So in my opinion, these two kind of go hand in hand. We have made it halfway down our list to neighborhood #5, Westover Hills. If you can't tell by the name of the city, the location is just west of Charlotte City Center. This neighborhood lacks complete amenities and retail space. What it does have is highways. So if you like to fall asleep to the sound of horns and traffic, this is your spot. So there are 3 major highways that border this neighborhood: Highway 77, Highway 160, and Highway 77. All border this neighborhood. This is a medium-sized neighborhood with about 1,100 residents in it. What's different about this neighborhood is its median household value is higher and its median income is lower. So the median household value is right at 90,000, which on average, especially for Charlotte, doesn't seem like a lot, but the household income is only at 19,000. So if you combine the two, it makes for a little bit of a hard economy to get in. The unemployment rate here is a bit higher at 16%, so not a lot of opportunities in this particular area. There are not a lot of green space or parks in this area, nor are there walking trails. So this one is primarily just residential. Most people do rent their homes in this neighborhood. So nothing really stands out about it. It's just, I feel like this one is not going to grow for quite some time because of the highways that are there and its accessibility to other parts of the city. So we're going to bundle 6 and 7 because there's not a lot to say about both of these. Number 6 came in at the Lakewood community. This is a medium-sized community of about 500 people, and then Reid Park is a bit larger at about 1,100 people. Both of these communities share a similar location, all on the west side of Charlotte. Reid Park also borders the Carolina Golf Course. Actually, the golf course does take up a portion of the northern part of the neighborhood. Similar statistics, unemployment rates about that 16%. Median home value is about 80,000 and the median income is right at that 30,000 mark. These are similar in characteristics as there's just not a lot to do. They border highways. Lakewood actually borders 85 and Roswell's Ferry does run through Reid Park. So the only difference between these neighborhoods is Reid Park has a golf course and Lakewood does not. Moving on to number 8 is Clanton Park, Rosedale. This is a larger neighborhood located in the similar areas as Arbor Glen, as Arbor Glen is actually a neighboring neighborhood as well. This one does incorporate a lot bigger part of Charlotte. The residents in this area right now are right at that 3,700 mark. Unemployment rate is a little bit lower, and I think this is mainly due to the closeness of other amenities and things to do and options that a resident might have. Most residents in this area do rent their homes. Home prices here are still affordable. The median home value is right at that 42,000 mark. The median income is right at that 30,000 mark. This one has different options though. You can walk to a place such as Brewers at Yancey, OMB Brewing. So you do have more options and you do have a little bit more accessibility to the light rail, which can take you in and out of other areas of Charlotte. Coming in at number 9 is a neighborhood called Westerly Hills. As the name implies, it is located west of the city. It is actually closest to the airport, which makes it a little bit more removed than other neighborhoods, a little bit less accessible to other city amenities and features. This actually has a population of 1,300 people with a higher unemployment rate than the rest of them. The unemployment rate is just under 19%. With a median household income of 30,000 and a median home value of 77,000. So this one is definitely more residential. You're not going to have any retail space or commercial space in this particular area aside from the airport. There's also not a lot of like neighborhood streets or anything, making the commute in and out of the city a bit longer than some of these other neighborhoods. Rounding out the video at number 10 is Firestone Garden Park. Firestone Garden Park is located north, slightly west of the city center, very similar to the other neighborhoods. Unemployment rate, 15%. Median home value is right at that 90%, and the median income is right at that 40,000 mark. This is a little bit larger of a community of 3,700 residents. But again, being so far north, it does lack amenities, retail space, and other areas. So there you have it, the top 10 worst neighborhoods here in Charlotte. You'll see that most of them have a lot of similarities. Location, most of them are located northwest or directly west of the city. One of them was located east of the city, but all very similar, lower unemployment rates, similar homes to expect, similar household incomes. They're all gonna have very similar feels. Most of them are surrounded by other neighborhoods that are up and coming, so keep your eye out over the next 10 years and you'll see some major changes coming this direction. If you're interested in any of these areas or you have any other questions regarding it, please reach out. My team and I would love to help you. Again, if you're looking to move to the Charlotte area, don't forget to send us a message, give us a call. We'd love to connect.